Where are we going, Jacob?
I don't really know.
What's it called?
Road trip.
What's the region called?
Gippsland.
Where are we going tonight?
Yarram?
Yep. How many COVID cases are there in Victoria right now?
I don't want to think about it.
I think there's 10.
Are you even on holiday if you're not trying beer? Welcome to COVID hotspot.
It's not a hotspot.
So we won't be stopping here today.
One case, that's not a hotspot.
It's a comparative hotspot. It's more of a hotspot than it is a waterfall. Squeaky Beach. Yeah, she's making it squeak now. Why is that? You were saying it's made, the sand is quartz?
Yeah, I think it's fine quartz.
This is the closed pub here, and there's a tram in the back. Look, an apricot tree.
Jacob's considering apricot.
Very jealous. Eating dinner in Yarram. We've walked around the town, but we bought some freezer meals to save some money. Cute coffee outside the motel room.
I don't know why Jacob's so impressed by something so sad.
I don't think I've seen anything like this in New Zealand. I know there's some up in Walhalla, but I got this scale. I don't think so. Brittany's forward planning. First train ride of the holiday. Jasper would have frothed this, honestly, it's going to be so good. It is insanely weird today. Look at that house up on the hill. How spectacular would that be to live there? You'll appreciate this, Dad. This is the Walhalla cricket pitch, which is in Gippsland up in the hills. So this is at the top of a big hill, and the town is down below in the valley. They have a bar fridge with a ball and bat up here as well. Walhalla Township. Not very many of the original buildings still here. They kept burning them down for insurance money by the sounds of things. They had to rebuild on the same plot if they wanted to claim insurance money. So
Miraculously, the fires stopped.
power plants for days.
Yay. A bit late for the video now. It looks like there was a massacre on my foot. But that's okay.
What happened?
I think it was a leech, but we've never found the leech.
Byramine Beach in New South Wales when I was 16. Big and long like this.
You're an idiot.
Today's the day that I next leveled my op shopping. What did I do, Britt?
You bought underwear.
I got some nice underwear at an op shop.
It had the tag on it. I promise it had the tag on it. What are we doing tonight, Jacob? No, look at those clouds.
We did it. We got the tent up before it started raining. Now hopefully we find a gap in the rain tomorrow morning to take it down. We survived the rain, eh?
Now having camp breakfasts with Brittany.
Yep. Straight from the barbecue. But in the thick of it here, eh?
Would have been really pretty for us. I guess it is still pretty too.
Alright. Camping in the rain, take 2. We got the tent up again before it started to rain. So it's a bit of a drizzle now. More fruit trees. Unfortunately, the rainbow lorikeets are going to get to these pumps before we do. Pretty cool spot, huh, Britt? Camping right there.
I found this one.
The rain set in about 2 hours ago now, and it is super wet. Yep, we've been hanging out in the car reading a book, and Britt's been doing her knitting. And they've got a little bit of water inside the tent, which is a bit concerning, but I've got some towels in there and hopefully we'll be okay.
I think we're in for a rough night.
It's still raining.
Still raining.
I've got this towel on the floor here in the tent to try and soak up some of the water that pools on that side, I think. And it was literally dripping wet. I had to wring it out on the ground. Fortunately, this one is still bone dry, so I think I might swap them around at some point. Found the barbecues and a kettle this time, so we get coffee in the morning. Don't have to go looking for it. Echuca, a town with a real fighting spirit.
You should ask for that lady's job. Jacob, is it just me or did we just turn into a side road?
This is a back road.
Going on a back road.
Oh, this is a perfect photo opportunity, right? This is a lot like Raglan, eh, Britt? Yeah, but you've got all this couch grass, and then there's literally an estuary walk here. That's where we stayed last night, at the club hotel in Orbost. And now, trip logistics.
My area.
There are a lot of rail trails in this region, which we've been talking about doing for a long time. And they've restored a lot of these old bridges.
They haven't done this one yet.
But they haven't done this one. And
I think it's because it's too big.
Yeah, it's a pretty big one. The town is doing its utmost to get it restored. This is at the start or end of a rail trail at the moment, so it's a bit redundant. But it's pretty amazing, really.
Just keeps going.
Who told us to come here? Yep, they said the other day, if you find yourself in Bairnsdale, maybe go and check out St Mary's Church. I don't know if it's still around. But all of this was painted by an Italian artist in the 1930s. And he depicted himself in the crucifixion scene over there as well, but I can't really get a very good photo because it's right next to a window. Buoyant Brewery, right, Britt?
Buchan.
It had a picture of an ant and everything in the picture. Did not put two and two together. Off-roading with the Echo.
Yay, yay, yay. Pretty cool view, though.
4x4 Echo.
You're not cool.
We are in Omeo, where we're going to be camping another night. It's a cool looking hotel though. Kind of wanted to stay there, but all their budget rooms are gone, so we'd have to drop $150 if we wanted to stay there. An old sluice gold mining plot. The guy here, Fong, managed to get 6,000 ounces of gold out of here, which is about $3 million these days. Could you imagine mining with a pick and shovel in these caves here? Just think how unstable that shit would be. Unbelievable. Got some scrumpy cider and the pear cider. And we're at the Red Caravan at our campsite for like an after dinner snack. Hotham in the off season.
Still busy.
About 1,600 metres above sea level now, which is a bit insane considering Australia.
You just assume we're flat, but we're not.
It's just the stop point where we can go and have a look at the view. I've got somebody behind me so we can like abruptly turn around.
That's alright.
I think this is a really, really great marketing idea, but this here is a Bright Brewery mystery beer, and it's up to patrons to decide what kind of beer it is. I think it's some kind of wheat beer, but I can't really tell because it's got a little bit of a weirdness to it, which I think they probably did on purpose. The last one was like mega obscure that I've never heard of before.
Like a summer wheat.
Got some cheese for a picnic. We bought far too many dollars worth of wine in the last place we went, but
Wine.
hopefully that'll last us for the rest of the year, right?
Something like
We've got to throw 6 shindigs to make it worthwhile. After a bit of a siesta this afternoon, looks like we're out for Italian. This is a pretty cool thing Britt's got here.
Leaving Bright. Where are we going today, Jacob?
Wang! And we're off out from Nil. That's where we went to have some Carlton drafts yesterday. And then around the corner there's this Vietnamese place. We had dinner. Mr. Lee. We're going on a boat. Boat ride on the Little Murray. Our bike helmets got left in Geelong. We're going to pick them up on our way to Queensland, but we haven't been back through Geelong again. So for this leg of the trip, we bought some new helmets. I figured it'd be nice to have a spare back in Warrnambool, but I also needed a new helmet anyway. Mine's about 6 or 7 years old now. This is right next to our hotel. These are the old town units that they used to have going around Melbourne. We're eating out at a very fancy Thai place here.
It's really having Bairminese.
I suppose so, yeah. So I've got some tempeh, we had some mee goreng, and this is a goat curry that Britt's eating as well.
Off-roading in the Echo.
Roads in Australia.
This poor car has been through so much.
So, funny story. Noticed my front tyre was flat. I thought as we were riding along the dirt roads earlier this morning that the car tyres might have flung this up into my tyre. But it turns out they're all over by the river. And I took my bike into a shop here in Echuca to get a new inner tube and to get it blown up again. And he said I found like 12 of them in your tyre. And he was telling me how he gets so much business from people getting these stuck into their tyre along the Murray River. So I go back and have a look at my other tyres and I find more of these in my mountain bike tyre. I think what's happened is I've gone off onto the grass and stuff like that around the river on the bike ride last night and picked up like heaps of these, so I had to go and get my other inner tube changed as well because I had like 4 or 5 of these spikes in my tyre. I am a train. Can't you see I'm on the tracks? Doesn't that make me a train? We're doing some gin tastings here at the distillery in Echuca. Britt's got the butterfly par and passion fruit gin.
Butterfly pea.
Typos for days. In addition to the glorified food blog, Monkey & Co here in Echuca. Very good. These are the old locomotive sheds here in Echuca. Big old brick building. And that's the Echuca railway station. This morning we had to walk our way into town again because I got the 3rd flat tyre in 2 days.
I don't have any.
My puncture repair kit is still in Geelong, so, and all the bike shops are closed on Sundays. That's just Murphy's Law right there. What did you say this was? Oh, a sawmill, a steam-powered sawmill. And they've got the coal fires going there as well. Oh, the steam engine. You'd appreciate this, Jasper. Ah, the truth comes out. What a big rail gauge for Victoria. What we really came here for, the adult entertainment. Looks like they're going to be doing a restoration project on it as well. Not too sure why. Brit's down there doing the same. Pretty good spot. What are we doing?
Eating ice cream.
No, I've got a gelato, that's not quite right. So now we're just outside of New Merca, where we stayed last night. Been sick for the past week or so, but Britt found this thing in her book, Cactus World, and I'm super excited to find out what this is all about. Put the cactus into context, okay? Look at how many of them there are. Okay, make sure I don't walk into this or that. We had this little art piece in Raglan, which was all these bits of driftwood with googly eyes and hats on, and this sort of reminds me of this. Many big cactus. Yeah, I don't think these videos are really going to give justice as to how big these cactus are. So amazing. So amazing to see so many cactus in one place.
How many Brits make it?
Yeah, one Brit unit. So this cactus that Brit's standing in front of is about 2 Brit units high. Go stand next to that one over there. So I'm gonna guess that one's probably... No, it's way more than 4 Brit units. Probably like 8 Brit units high. It's a fruit we found on the ground. See how the inside looks a bit like a dragon fruit? Reminds me a lot of like a Dr. Seuss sort of landscape.
A margarita.
A margarita, just your average.
What's a slushy margarita?
This is quite the spot we got here, huh?
Still feel like I'm being slow roasted. We've had a rainy day.
Even in the shade, even if with some beer and cider.
Yarrawonga.
Yarrawonga, a town with a real fighting spirit. Gotta get the memes in there. This is the New South Wales-Victoria border again, but there's a big lake here on the Murray River. Maybe we'll go for a swim, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Had some quiet time up in the room, as Dad would say, to try and escape the worst of the heat. But unfortunately we have not managed to do that. It's still extremely hot. Yep, well, I did the Great Vic. You can do this little bike ride. We're going to try and cross the border on the bikes today. Let's go for a ride before it gets too hot.
Already too hot.
Leaving Victoria for the first time in more than a year. And we've had enough of Walhalla. Not very much on this side of the border. This is the Francina London special, the iced coffee.
It's actually an ice latte.
Should get an iced Americano all the time. Sorbets in the heat, passion fruit.
Lime.
So the trees that you may see out here in the lake, the trunks of the trees once they dammed the Murray River. So this used to all be a forest over there.